Hey everyone, my name is Gerardo and I am doing my persuasive speech. Imagine yourself in a foreign land with a loved one, and one of you suddenly feels ill, so you rush to a hospital and you notice that the people there speak their native language and not yours. Now they must scramble and look for someone that can speak your language, an interpreter. By then, yours or your loved one's symptoms can get much worse and become harder to treat. It is important to learn a new language or another language. We may live in the digital age where you can use apps such as Google Translate, but it is not enough. On top of the research that I've done on this subject, my credibility lies with the fact that I've been bilingual all my life and I've studied four languages. In this speech, I will talk about the benefits, the statistics, address the opposition, and talk about my personal experiences on learning another language. So, for the benefits, monolinguistic people probably do not know that there are many benefits to being bilingual than just having the ability to speak to others of a different language. On top of a progressively globalized economy, which require more and more multilingual people, scientists have done research that shows there are clear cognitive advantages to being bilingual or multilingual. According to an article, Why Bilinguals Are Smarter by Judithjit Bhattacharjee, when talking about the effects of bilingualism, he stated that it forces the brains to resolve internal conflict, giving the mind a workout that strengthens its cognitive muscles. What he's saying is that bilingual people are constantly thinking in the languages they know, meaning there isn't a switch that turns the languages off. They're all on at the same time. This becomes an exercise for bilingual people because it helps them deal with multiple situations or complex situations with ease compared to monolinguistic people. So it is safe to say that English is the language that is spoken the most in the world. And because of this, people make the mistake of thinking that when they travel abroad, they'll travel with ease because they assume that everyone will know some English. While it is true that there are 1.1 billion English speakers, there is also 1.1 billion Mandarin Chinese speakers as well, according to Iman Ghosh in the article ranked the 100 most spoken languages around the world. She also highlighted that when you look at native language speakers, meaning people who speak their native tongue, Mandarin Chinese is the number one spoken language, having 918 million native Mandarin Chinese speakers. In this context, it leaves English as the third most native speaking language. Also, did you know that in Philadelphia, according to Data USA, 23.9% of Philadelphia PA citizens are speakers of a non English language, which is higher than the national average of 21.9%, which means the chances of you encountering someone who does not speak English in Philadelphia is high. In Philadelphia, besides English, the top three spoken languages are Spanish, Chinese, and Vietnamese. Some may say that translation apps have made learning languages obsolete. Why learn a language when an app can instantly translate it for you? Well, in an economy that is highly competitive, bilingual people are more likely to be hired. According to an article published by UEI College, can speaking two languages increase your job prospect? Not only do you have a better chance at landing a job than a monolingual, language differentials typically range between 5 and 20% per hour than the base rate. So if the job you apply to needs someone who can speak another language, they're willing to give that person more money than a monolingual person. As a multilingual person, I have had many experiences with learning new languages. My native tongue is Spanish, and I learned English at the age of 6. I noticed as a child that although my native tongue was Spanish, I was considerably better at English than my peers who were native English speakers. I've also witnessed other non native English speakers being more fluent in English than native English speakers. I decided to learn Japanese and Chinese as my third and fourth languages. Being bilingual allowed me to easily be able to remember the complex structures and grammar of those two different languages. It also allowed me to have experiences monolinguistic people cannot have, which is have non English speaking friends. I talk to people who live in China and people who live in Japan, and I've had new worlds of information and opportunities open to me. So, to recap, we explored the benefits, the statistics, addressed the oppositions, and shared my personal experience. If you were to find yourself in a situation where you or a loved one is ill in a foreign land, knowing even basic conversations can be life saving, rendering learning another language important. And who doesn't want new experiences and possibly better pay? So I suggest you go out there and learn a new language. Thank you so much.